Hello everyone and happy to be Shavat. Today we are going to be reading a book called Be a Friend to Trees, and it's by Patricia Lauber and illustrated by Holly Keller. Trees are nice. They're nice to look at, nice to have around. Trees are also useful. Both people and animals need trees of all kinds, sizes, and shapes. And it shows us some of the different kinds of trees. So we have a gray birch here, an eastern white pine here, a sugar maple here, and a shagbark hickory there. See all the different kinds of trees? Everything that's made of wood was once part of a tree. Look around you. How many wooden things do you see? Make a list. Don't forget to count your pencil and maybe your house. Here is a white oak tree. Paper also comes from trees. Wood is chopped into small pieces, mixed with chemicals, and heated. The wood softens and becomes pulp, which is used to make paper and cardboard. Writing paper, books, newspapers, magazines, paper towels, cereal boxes, milk cartons, and many other things. Make another list of everything you see that is paper or cardboard. And don't forget the paper you're writing on. So here is the process. They show us here. It says, wood chips are cooked with chemicals. Chips become soggy pulp. Water is drained from pulp. Pulp is dried and flattened. And the paper is rolled. You can see the whole process there for making paper. Some trees can be tapped for their sap. Sap from different trees is used to make maple syrup, chewing gum, soap, paint, thinner, and rubber. There you go. So here is latex for rubber. It's a rubber tree. White pine is gum for turpentine. And sugar maple makes sap for our favorite maple syrup. Trees are green plants, and so they make their own food. Green plants are the only living things that can do this. Other living things depend on green plants for food. Some eat parts of plants. Some eat the plant eaters. Some eat both. So the bug is eating the leaves, and the mouse is eating the bugs, and the raccoon is eating the mouse. Oh my goodness. You eat the parts of trees known as fruits and nuts. Apples, oranges, pears, cherries, peaches, walnuts, almonds, pecans, hazelnuts, and lots of others. Chocolate also comes from a tree. It's made from the seeds of cocoa trees. Says Valencia orange, Rome apples, Queen Anne cherries, and the common walnut. Many animals eat parts of trees. Caterpillars eat leaves. So do deer. So do koalas. So here's a caterpillar eating a live oak. And here's a deer eating a white ash. And here is a koala eating a eucalyptus leaf. Eucalyptus leaves in Australia. Porcupines eat the inner bark of trees as well as buds and twigs. Here you go. You can see the porcupine. And it says giraffes and elephants eat trees. We know that. The giraffe's eating an acacia tree. Oh, and the porcupine's eating a mulberry tree. There you go. Squirrels and chipmunks gather nuts to eat. Bees find food in the flowers of trees. They collect pollen in the sugary liquid called nectar. Birds eat seeds and fruits from trees. And those are only a few of the animals that find their food in trees. So here is a northern red oak, and you can see the squirrels eating some acorns. Here is a bird in the tree eating scarlet hawthorn fruit. And here is some bees pollinating the scarlet hawthorn flower. Many animals make their homes in trees. Birds roost in trees. They build nests and raise their young in trees. Squirrels nest in trees. Monkeys live in trees. Some tree frogs spend their whole lives in trees without ever coming down. Honeybees make hives in tree hollows. Many other insects also live in trees. So do small creatures such as spiders. Deer find shelter beneath the trees of forests and woodlands. They find safe places to hide their young. The roots of trees hold soil in place. They keep it from washing away in heavy rains or floods of water from melting snow. When soil is held in place, water sinks into it and is stored in the ground. Many people depend on water that is stored underground. They draw it to the surface through wells. Trees do something else that's very important. It has to do with the air we breathe. Air is made of gases. One of them is oxygen. It is the gas that our bodies need. It is the gas that all animals need. Each time we breathe, we take oxygen out of the air. But the supply is never used up. The reason is that trees and other green plants keep putting oxygen into the air. They give off oxygen as they make their food. Trees make food in their leaves. The leaves can be broad, like the ones you see on a maple tree. They can be narrow and pointed, like the needle-shaped leaves you see on a fir or a pine tree. All of these green leaves do the same work. They make food for the trees. So this picture is showing us a bunch of different kinds. So we have silver maple, gray birch, ponderosa pine, a post oak, a quaking aspen, and an American holly. To make food, leaves use water, which they take from the ground. They use a gas called carbon dioxide, which they take from the air. They use sunlight as energy. With energy from the sun, green leaves put the water and carbon dioxide together. They make a kind of sugar. The making of food by plants is called photosynthesis, a word that means putting together with light. Here the bird is saying photosynthesis and spelling it out. Photosynthesis. And the other bird is saying, impressive. So here is photosynthesis in a picture. And it says the leaves use sunlight for energy. Leaves get water from the soil. Carbon dioxide comes from the air. Trees need food just to stay alive. They also need food for growth, to make new wood, leaves, twigs, fruits, and nuts. Some of a tree's food is used right away. Some is stored for future use. So it says a twig with new buds for leaves and flowers. That's the first picture up there. Here it says a Norway maple, a red mulberry, and an almond. Almonds, yum. While making food, leaves also make oxygen that they don't need. They get rid of it by putting it into the air. So carbon dioxide goes in, oxygen comes out. Much of the oxygen that people and animals need comes from trees. Without them, we might not be here at all. So trees are more than nice. They're something we can't live without. And that is why everyone should be a friend to trees. So how to be a friend to trees? Here's some ideas, which is perfect for Tu B'Shavat. There are lots of things you can do to be a friend to trees. Here are a few. See how many more you can think of. Using less paper is a great way to save trees. If you can, use a rag, a sponge, or a dish towel instead of paper towels. And we also know that one of the ways we can help save paper is by recycling paper. So a lot of us all of us should have recycle bins for paper in our houses. Take along a paper bag when you go to the market, and all of us have reusable bags now, so that's one thing we try to do. Most bags can be used over again. No one needs new bags every time. So taking your own bags to the store is one way we can help. And that also helps with plastic, because we don't want all that plastic in the world. Do you usually write on only one side of a piece of paper? Don't throw it out. Use the other side for scrap paper. A recycling paper is another way to be a friend. So here we go. We talked about recycling. When paper is recycled, it's shredded, mashed, washed, and made into paper again. Then we need less new paper, and that means fewer trees must be cut. Suppose all the people in the United States recycled Sunday newspapers. That would save 500,000 trees a week. Does your family recycle, and do you help? And I know you do. And then there's something else you can do if you have the chance. Help plant a tree. And I know a lot of classes at the OJCS will be starting seedlings for Tu B'Shavat, so that's amazing. Aren't we just so lucky to share the planet with trees? They do so much for us. They're just wonderful and beautiful. So I hope we all appreciate trees, and I hope you all have a very happy Tu B'Shavat. Bye, everybody.